Hey guys, so here we have Desi. She's a almost 2-year-old black lab here for a 2-week board and train. And the first thing that I decided to do with her was crate training. Her owner said she did have a crate as a puppy, but Desi quickly learned to absolutely hate the crate. So they actually got rid of the crate, and now Desi just stays in a room in her house during the day. But when she's at my house, she has to stay in the crate. So every dog is crate trained at my house. There's no free roaming at night or when I'm not there. So here we are from the beginning. You can see I'm getting a lot of resistance. She does not want to go in, even with the food lure. I have her on a flat buckle collar and a leash, and I'm using her dinner as her training reward. So I have her on a flat buckle collar because I don't want any corrections on accident. This is simply just to guide her in and out using the leash. And so I'm using her food as a lure to get her in. I got her in. I'm not naming the command yet. The name of the command is going to be kennel. After I get a few successful times of her going in with the food lure and coming out, I'm going to start naming the command. So the name of the command is kennel. So when I say kennel, I want Desi to run in there voluntarily. And in these beginning stages, she's going to be going in after a food reward because I want the crate to be, party time. This is where you eat. If you have a dog that you want to crate train and maybe they hate the crate, they've had some bad experiences, maybe for a week or two, the only time your dog eats is by going in the crate. So every time she goes in, she's going to get some food. And I'm started naming the command. I'm saying Desi kennel. She goes in, and then she gets the release word break. She can come out. So we do a lot of repetitions of this, and she's picking it up really quickly. They're smart. They're figuring out, if I go in this crate when she tells me, I'm going to get a lot of food, and this is how I'm going to eat my dinner. And so we're just going to keep doing these repetitions, getting her familiar with the name of the command, in and out, doors open. Eventually I'm going to drop the leash, and eventually I'm going to start closing the door. I'm going to keep treating with her dinner, and I'm giving her a lot of verbal praise, a lot of leash guidance. And so I just wanted you guys to see this is how we crate train from the start. I didn't do any work with her prior to this. She literally came today. She played out in the backyard with Riggins. We haven't done any obedience commands. She still has her flat buckle collar on, but I knew that I needed to get her crate trained first thing. So this is, step one. Crate training. So I hope you guys are able to watch this and learn something, maybe crate train your own dog. It's a fantastic tool, household management tool, to crate your dog when you're not there, crate your dog at night. Not only is it a safety issue, your dog can't get into anything when you're not there to supervise. They're not chewing anything. They're not, ingesting anything that could, harm them. They're staying in one spot, safe. You don't want your dog really free roaming too much when you're not there. And they're probably just going to sleep anyway, so you might as well just have them in the crate. Another mistake a lot of people make is when you're crate training, you don't want to just throw your dog in the crate and just shut the door and leave. You don't want your dog to associate crate with their human leaving. So that's why at the end you'll see here, I will actually guide her in. I'll close the door. I will gradually increase the duration. So I'll treat after a minute, 2 minutes, and then I'll wait 5 minutes, and then I'll wait 10 minutes, and then eventually I just leave the door shut and go about my business in the house. So she's crated when I'm home, and I don't want her to associate going in the crate with everyone leaving. So don't ever throw your dog in the crate, shut the door, and leave the house. It's really important to take these steps to properly crate train your dog. So if she wants to lay down, that's great. We haven't done any obedience commands. Eventually, as we teach sit and down, I'll start having her go into a down upon entering the crate, but she doesn't know that yet. So we're just guiding in and out. That's my goal. I want her to go in on her own with the command, and I want her to come out voluntarily. You'll see me start closing the door in a little bit, and then she actually does really well. She doesn't rush out. You do not want your dog to rush out of the crate ever. So if she were to rush out, I would close the door back up, and she'll figure out really quickly she's only allowed out of the crate if she sits there and waits patiently for the cue to come out.
Yes.
Basically, she needs to ask permission-based training. So she actually did
Yes.
really, really well for this first crate training lesson, considering her owner said that she absolutely hated the crate at her house. So we're
Yes,
starting
good
from scratch,
girl.
reconditioning her, teaching her that crate is a good place, and she's going to learn that that's where she gets all her meals, that's her den, that's her calm place. And so, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And maybe you can crate train your own dogs based on the steps that I just talked about.